Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Kashkari, you were asked a question about whether or not you thought a $3 million bonus to an executive at AIG was excessive. And from my understanding of the answer that you gave to Mr. Sherman, your answer was no. Is that correct?
Congressman, my answer was I don't have a number in my head that says this is an appropriate bonus level, and that is not.
Well, does anybody have a number in their head when we spend $125 billion worth of taxpayers' money on AIG? Is a $3 million bonus too much to give to a person who was there and responsible for when that company went under? Yes or no?
Congressman, our track record is clear.
Your track record is clear here. I want a yes or no.
Congressman.
I represent, now let me tell you something. I represent a city, the largest city in my district, has 11.3% unemployment, $41,000 a year median income. In 1980, Rockford, Illinois led the nation in unemployment at 25%. I'm asking you right now, and I want an answer, and there's a reason for it. Is $3 million a year bonus, a $3 million bonus, is that excessive to a company owned 80% by the United States government and as to which over $125 billion of taxpayers' money has been invested?
It is excessive for a failing institution, yes.
All right, so are you going to ask for the money back? Yes or no?
Forgive me, Congressman, which money back?
The $3 million bonus that just went to the AIG executive. Are you going to ask for it back?
Again, Congressman, I don't know the details of the bonus that was paid.
That's the bonus. If he got a bonus of $3 million, are you going to ask for it back?
Again, Congressman, I don't know the details of the bonuses.
Mr. Kashkari,
yes,
an executive at AIG just got a bonus of $3 million. The three executives from the big three said they'd work for $1 a year. I'm asking you, if that's the case, is TARP going to ask for the money back if you got the $3 million bonus?
Again, Congressman, I'm going to have to look into it and get back to you.
Mr. Kashkari, I want to suggest something here, and it's not because of, maybe it's because of the people that I represent. We can't relate to you in your world. I don't know where you come from or the people with whom you deal on a day-to-day basis. But when you sit there and cannot take a position as to whether or not a $3 million bonus to a failed company, and as to which the taxpayers have put $125 billion in assets, perhaps you're not the right person for the job. Perhaps you don't understand this situation at all. Perhaps we should put someone in your position who's one of my community bankers, who understands people. What would you think if you earned $41,000 a year and the city in which you live has 11.3% unemployment? Yes, and 5 of the last past governors in the state of Illinois have been indicted. And you sit here in charge of all this money, and you can't tell them whether or not a $3 million bonus to an executive at that field institution is excessive.
May I answer?
Of course.
There have been some press reports, and again, I don't know the details of the specific case you're referring to. There have been some press reports about AIG that are referred to bonus schemes. When I've looked into it and had our people look into it, there have been some cases where they had deferred compensation that was already earned by people, not the CEOs.
Well, deferred compensation of $3 million?
Remember, Congressman, we got rid of the management team of AIG.
Well, who are these new clowns getting that money?
Again, Congressman.
Well, why can't you just give a simple answer so the people I represent can have confidence in you? We don't have confidence in your answer. How can we have confidence in your decisions?
Because I'm trying to be precise in my answer, Congressman.
Your answer is imprecise. I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand at all the pain and the hurting that's going on in this country of the people who are on the verge of losing their jobs. And you can sit there and not come to a decision as to whether or not $3 million bonus is too much. If you even have to ask that question, whether it's too much, Mr. Kashkari, you're not the man for the job. We need somebody else in that position. We need somebody with a long-term experience, somebody who's dealt with loans of ordinary, common people, somebody who understands the hurt that this country is going through, somebody that can feel their pain and the anxiety which they express to me on a daily basis. On the basis of your answer, sir, I think you should step aside.
Thank you, Mr. Manzullo.